What you doing? Okay, looks like we are going live and on YouTube. Let me go ahead and
Yay!
share
Okay, this is so
this.
cool.
All right, gonna take a second there. Here we go. Oh, hold on. For some reason. Oh, I know why. All right, let me mute you on this. Can you still hear me okay?
Yes.
All right, perfect. Okay. Let's see here. Facebook. All right. We're good on that. Okay. All right. Let me pull out the old notepad here. Lucy, you want to say hi to everybody? You want to say hi?
Say hi, Lucy.
Say hi, Mama. Hi. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So, welcome everybody. This is our first live stream of 2026 here. This
Hey.
is your boy Brian, aka El Nino. Today I'm joined with
Grayson.
we gotta get you an AKA here soon.
No, I
Uh,
gotta come up with something.
Grayson was on our Stranger Things podcast episodes, which you can find on our YouTube page at Zero Dark Nerdy. Be sure to like, subscribe, and follow. And of course on Fox 8 WGHP. Before we get started, we're going to be doing a recap and review of last night's Golden Globe Awards. So big shout outs to Cut the Music Prints for all of your custom apparel needs. T-Mad 3D for all your custom 3D printing needs. Sailfish Comics with three amazing locations in North Carolina. One in Greensboro, right across from Best Buy, one in Winston-Salem, and one in Concord. Let's not forget Golden Ticket Cinemas for all of your cinematic adventures. And of course, for all of your website needs, be sure to hit up Zibster right here in Greensboro, North Carolina. That is Zibster. And big thank you to Jeremy and the team for hooking us up with our brand new video page. So all of our video episodes, which is all we've been doing since we joined Fox 8, are at least the last five episodes are now on our website, which is popculturepodcast.com, which you can also see all of our trivia nights, events, blogs, all that fun stuff. So Grayson and I, big shout outs to Jordan. We miss you. Jordan is she just started a brand new gig. So I think she's going to try to tune in as soon as she gets off work. But she's working tonight, so it's Grayson and myself talking about the 2026 Golden Globes. So we're going to go over, some of the winners, highlights, and of course some snubs, and just go from there. And most importantly, we would love your feedback. So feel free to chime in, and we'll go from there. So just kind of getting it kick started. Grayson, what are your thoughts on the Golden Globes from last night?
Um, I will say I didn't get to catch it live, unfortunately, so I caught up today with all of the winners, the nominees, and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Overall highlights of it, I did like having Nikki Glaser back as a host again this year. She, I believe, hosted it last year for the 82nd. And she was pretty good. I liked her this year. I liked her comment at CBS. I thought that was very clever, and I
Yeah.
like that she said that while they're also airing on CBS.
Yes.
um, I thought that was very funny. But I liked having her back as a host. She was pretty good. And then I will say the one snub that I'm going to go ahead and call out was Sinners. They were snubbed of a lot of things, in my opinion. I think that movie deserves a lot more than,
Agreed.
yeah, a lot more.
Agreed. Now, with that being said, with Sinners, I honestly believe, and I think Jordan and I brought it up on the last episode we did. We did 2026 kind of movie highlights, what we're looking forward to. It's tough when a movie comes out so early, and I believe Sinners came out February of last year, to keep that
Mhm.
highlight, Oscar, like
Yeah.
everything kind of going on throughout the year. Of course, phenomenal movie. and you got Michael B. Jordan playing double duty on top
Yeah.
of that as well, which is not an easy feat to do. And it's one of those things to where when you're playing, whether if it's twins or whatnot, it can be very, very difficult. And I felt that he did that very, very well in the movie. You could easily see the differences between the two characters.
Yeah.
So far, yes, I will definitely agree with you between the Golden Globes, and I know that they've had the, I think it's BAFTA
Yes.
awards as well,
Yeah.
and of course we got the Oscars coming up in early March. But yeah, it just seems like it's just I really want to, I don't want to say blame it, but I think it's because the movie came out so early, and then you have all these other films like Hamnet, and of course like One Battle After Another coming out later in the year, where it's really hard to just keep that momentum going.
Yeah, and also keep it fresh in people's minds because now that you like mentioned it, I completely forgot that it came out in February of last year.
Hmm.
In my head, it's been out for longer almost.
Right, right.
Feels like, but I feel like that's because time lately for me has felt like it's moving so slow.
Yeah.
So everything feels like it was like 10 years ago.
Right.
Uh, yeah, I think it's hard to keep the momentum up with it. And also, you do have to rely a little bit on social media to keep that momentum up, and not everyone will. And not everyone remembers
Yeah.
Sinners, which I think is a shame because that movie, I went into it without having seen a single trailer. I
Okay.
didn't, nothing. I didn't even know what movie I was going to see with my friend. We just went to go see the movie, and I was so confused at first, but walked out like mind blown. It was so good. And
Yeah.
Michael B. Jordan did a fantastic job because I could always tell what twin was on screen
Yep.
because he was able to play and make them so distinct.
Yeah.
So I think he did fantastic job, and I think he deserves a little more recognition as well.
I agree. I agree. So hopefully, maybe the Oscars will turn it around. I know that a lot of it is, with the Golden Globes, especially when it comes to the motion pictures, because the Oscars is just motion pictures. Or
Yeah.
Golden Globes, you have TV as well as motion pictures. It kind of leads into who is going to win and this and the other. Obviously, Hamnet's been racking it up, and I hope I'm saying that name correct.
I think
But
you are. That
yeah.
sounds it sounds correct.
Yeah, but it's been racking it up, and there's obviously a lot of movies that come out every year that are, especially late in the year, like this, that are going to be Oscar nods. But I agree with you on your first statement, Nikki Glasser. I'll be honest with you, she's definitely not, or at least for a while, wasn't one of my favorite comedians. She has definitely been growing on me,
Mhm.
and I feel that her just kind of like recognition of the crowd and be able to like dig but not dig too much to where it's annoying and uncomfortable. Like I love when she was kind of going after Leonardo DiCaprio as far
Yeah.
as like, some of these nominees aren't even half the age of your girlfriends. And then she was right, she was like, we don't know anything about you except for like your Teen
Yeah.
Beat interview, which they ended up looking up, and it is a true thing. Like
Yeah.
he ended up filling out this thing, and it wasn't really like an interview. He just kind of filled out like this, here's the things that I like. And one of his favorite foods was pasta. And I love the fact that she was able to just like dig but not make people feel uncomfortable. So I
Yeah.
give her kudos for that, because there's always been like a fine line with doing that with a lot of the hosts.
Yeah.
And I think that she's definitely been tremendous when it comes to that.
Yeah, I used to watch the roast battles that they she used to have, I think on Comedy Central. I could be completely wrong, but
Mhm.
I think she's gotten better over the years. And yeah, the comment she said about Leo last night, I was like, yeah, we really don't know anything about him other than like the age of his girlfriends. um,
Right.
and I think that was a good joke, and I like that she brought up the pasta. I feel like she's gotten better at towing the line between being able to like make a dig without going too far and overstepping boundaries to where like it's too personal or it's too far for a joke.
Exactly. Like I definitely think that she's been able to walk that fine line, and kudos to her. Like I would love for her to keep it going, and at this point now, yes, keep hosting. You are now 2 for 2, and last year was like, hey, it's your first time doing it. I applaud you for doing it. And I mean, was it a perfect show? No, but by all means, I think that she did just a fantastic job of just hosting and just taking over and walking that fine line. So, with that being said, just kind of looking up a couple things here. Here's one thing that's always bothered me, Grayson, and I do want to get your opinion on this.
All right.
I don't like the fact that best comedy slash musical is a category.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
I just don't get it. Like, to me, not all musicals are comedies and not all comedies are musicals.
Yeah,
So,
I
and I
don't.
mean, and I understand that there are years like that we don't have that many musicals. Like, I feel like there's definitely plenty of comedies. Don't get me wrong, but I don't understand why it has to be in the same category together.
I don't really either. I feel like they should be different ones. I Now that you bring it up, I really don't know why they're together. They don't make because, like you said, not all comedies are musicals, not all musicals are comedies. Like some
Yeah.
of them are tragic. So I don't know. I don't like the two. I don't like the two of them being together. Now that you mention it, bring it up. I don't. I agree that I feel like they should be separate.
Yeah,
Give
agreed.
other actors a chance.
Exactly. It's just I feel like it's just lazy, to be quite honest with you. It's like, oh, we'll just put these two together, and then you get, and there's always kind of like a crisscross in there. Like, for some reason, Jeremy Allen White has been in that category because for some unknown reason, The Bear
Yeah,
has been a comedy for the last, really, since the show came out,
yeah.
where it's more of a drama. And I mean, there's some funny parts to it.
I
So
thought it
you
was a
you
drama.
have, yeah, exactly. So you also have these phenomenal actors and actresses that excuse me, that battle it out, but it's also in a category that they also, I feel like, shouldn't be in.
Yeah, yeah. Because I would say whenever I think of The Bear, I never once think of it really as a comedy.
No,
To me, it's a drama.
no, not
Yeah.
at all, not at all. So, as far as some of my top like award speeches go, I love Stephen Graham. I've loved him since he was in Snatch. He is definitely one of my favorite, I guess you would say, British actors. And his award speech for, just kind of looking it back up here, he was in. Where are you at, Stephen Graham? Oh, I just have them. I have the best performance by an actor in limited series anthology. So now I gotta look it up. But it's on Netflix. But he is fantastic. And Adolescence. That's the
Adolescence.
name of
I
the
was
show.
thinking of it as soon as you said
That's
it on
it.
Netflix. I remember watching Adolescence when it came out. I finished it in one night. It
Oh
was so
wow.
good. Yeah, I sat down. I just like binged it all in one night because it's
Yeah.
only 4 episodes, but I mean each one is over an hour long. But I'm glad that it continues to get recognition. It was so good, so good.
Yeah, and that's another one too that came out fairly early, if I'm not mistaken, right? I feel like it came
Very
out maybe
beginning of the
summer, or like not it didn't come out recently. That's for sure,
no,
within the last three
no,
or four
for
months.
over a year. I want to say. I
Yeah.
I feel like it's been at least over a year.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it might have been. It might have been. And he's just like, every interview I see him in, he seems so genuine, and he gets these great phenomenal roles. I mean, everything from Greyhound to The Irishman, and he was Al Capone in Boardwalk Empire. He
Yeah,
is just a talent, and I love the fact that as he was kind of like thanking everyone, he's because he's a big hip hop fan. I've seen a lot of interviews with him, and as much as he loves hip hop, where he saw Queen Latifah and he was like, "Oh my gosh, like Queen Latifah," you know what I mean? So it
yeah.
was just a phenomenal acceptance speech, and I couldn't be happier for anyone on the planet, especially Stephen Graham. He's just great, and the sad thing is, I have actually yet to see Adolescence. I heard it's fantastic. I need to
I
watch it. It's on Netflix, and like you
highly
said, four
recommend.
episodes.
Mhm.
And how long are those episodes? Are they about an hour?
I would say about an hour, hour and a half.
Okay.
I
Okay.
think each one is over an hour, but I would say they range from like an hour and 10 to like hour 20, hour 30.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm definitely going to check it out now because I know the gentleman that plays his son has also been racking up awards for it.
He has, I think his name is Owen. He was so good in that show. I would just his performance gave me chills. It made me uncomfortable.
Okay.
It was really good.
Okay. Okay. Excellent. Another one that I really enjoyed. I think Rhea Seahorn has been fantastic ever since I saw her in Better Call Saul, and now with Pluribus, she's finally
Yes.
getting her flowers. I feel like with Better Call Saul, she didn't get the recognition that she deserved, but it's so great to see her getting that. I mean, from the very first like 10 minutes of Pluribus, I was like, this show is something to be reckoned with. Just kind of like how I felt, and it's the same writer creator of Breaking Bad
Yeah.
that brought her along with this, and she just another one that seems like a genuine person that's just happy to be there, and I'm really glad that she is getting the credit that she deserves and all the flowers.
Yes, I saw that. I need to watch Pluribus. So many people have been recommending it, so I need to get on it because I've heard really good things about it.
Yeah, so you should. I'm still not caught up. So it just wrapped up not too long ago, like right before the New Year's, and of course we had Stranger Things and all that other stuff
Yep.
coming along. So I'm like a couple episodes behind, but it's because with TV shows, and I want to get your opinion on this. Like I know, especially with brand new shows, as much as I like my white noise shows are always ones that I've watched already. And I'm just kind of rewatching. I need it in the background right now. My wife and I are rewatching Sons of Anarchy, and we're still picking up like little bits here and there. But with anything new, anytime I've tried to attempt to do laptop work, anything else, it just doesn't sink in. It doesn't relate. I
Same.
got to be
Yeah.
100% focused. So is that where you're at with shows too?
Yeah, it's hard. Like with new shows, I 100% have to be like focused and locked in on it. I can't be doing anything else. Otherwise, I don't absorb it and actually remember like who
Yeah.
characters are, what's going on. Like I'll get to the next episode and blink and not know what's happening whatsoever. So I can't be multitasking. And it's hard to find that time to just dedicate to sitting down and focusing and paying attention to
Yeah.
watching a TV show. It's a little hard to find now, but I need to get back to it because I've been so consumed with just rewatching stuff as of late
Same.
that I haven't watched a ton of new stuff, and I really want to. I really want to catch up to what everyone's been raving about recently.
Yeah. Yeah. Excellent. Besides that, let's see here. I think you mentioned this earlier. So K-pop Demon Hunters won 2 awards. One for best song, which is fantastic. Golden
Yes.
is so
I
good.
love
Like
I love K-pop Demon Hunters. It's a
it's
guilty
so
pleasure.
good. I feel like to me that is my like underrated but also very unexpected hit of 2025.
Yes. I listened to the entire album from the movie. It's so good.
Yeah.
I was very surprised. My sister begged me to watch the movie with her, so I watched
Yeah.
it. And I after the first watch, I was like, you know what? That wasn't that bad. That was
Yeah.
actually really good. And so I watched it again and the songs just stuck in my head. I they made it to like I think my top 100 in my Spotify Wrapped.
Yeah.
The music's good and the movie's good. I won't deny it. It's
Yeah.
popular for a reason.
Yeah, and I think it's definitely one of those to where I had everybody from like diehard anime fans reach out to me about it and non-anime fans that were like, "Holy crap, this is incredible." So
Yeah.
when you get that crossover, which is what they did so well,
Yeah.
and when my wife and I watched it, I was like, "Man, this is funny. These songs are fire. Like
Right?
everything is good."
Songs hit. The songs are good.
Yeah.
And the vocals are insane on them.
Yeah, and big ups to the singer songwriter too. When she
Yeah.
came out with what her acceptance speech, she was like, I grew up wanting to be a K-pop star and was told no many, many, many times, and then this opportunity happened and ended up being the biggest K-pop hit and just a cinematic hit as well for last year. And that's why I'm always telling people like, listen, you're gonna get 1,000 no's in your lifetime. You just got to take advantage of those very few yeses. And it's just great to hear that kind of story where it wasn't an already established K-pop band or anything like that, like an up and comer. So, and they did a fantastic job. I mean, my whole entire family loves K-pop Demon Hunters, and it's
Same.
just one of those things to where it's like if it's on, I'm gonna watch
Yeah,
it.
it's a good movie. It's a good movie. Even we got my dad on it. We got my mom on it. I think everyone in our house has watched that movie.
Yeah. Yeah, same here. A couple more shout outs for me. Rose Byrne, I gotta say, fantastic speech. I did not realize she was married to one of my favorite actors, Bobby Cannavale, who I
Oh,
absolutely love from the movie Chef. He was in season 3 of Boardwalk Empire. I know there's a lot of Boardwalk Empire references on here. It's honestly, one of my favorite shows on HBO of all time. Like, very, very underrated. He was the big bad in season 3, but he has just been a phenomenal actor. I've yet to see him in a bad role. But for her to be like, we didn't expect to win. He's literally back home right now because we're in the
yep.
market for a bearded dragon. And he
Yes,
went
when
to
she said
a
that on the stage,
reptile expo.
I was like, oh, she's being. I was like, I love just seeing like actors as real people.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes. Yes, exactly. Exactly. And I had like a few friends and with Jordan, her partner, they have a little, I think it's a gecko, but big reptile family there. And I've started to come around more with reptiles. I used to be like very, very anti-reptile, especially like snakes.
Oh
But
God.
the older I get, the better I'm getting with it. And it was just, yeah, it's the realness.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it so relatable to where it's like, these people are us, but at the same time too, they just don't want to be bothered 24/7.
Um,
And I get it. One of the things, and I meant to send this to you the other day, Grayson, it was with Maya Hawk. She was with Ethan Hawke. They were
yes. Yeah.
somewhere, walking around, and this fan came up and he was like, "Hey." And Ethan Hawke was already kind of on the defense because, of course, it's dad-daughter time. I
Yeah.
totally get that. And he's like, "Hey, I'm not doing any selfies or pictures today." And the kid was, or whoever it was like, "No offense, I don't know who you are. I want to meet Robin over here from Stranger Things." And that was the
That.
moment where she was like, "Oh my gosh, I've made it. Like, I've made
Yep.
it in life."
Yep.
So it's just great to just see that realness, but also too, like, people should respect boundaries and just kind of know, and of course ask permission at the end of the day. Like, don't just come up with the camera and do that. Like, that
I-
drives me nuts,
That
and
would drive
I
me
would hate
crazy.
that. Yeah. Yeah, not my cup of tea. Last but definitely not least, Wagner Mora. He was in. I first saw him as Pablo Escobar in Narcos, seasons 1 and 2 on Netflix, and he did a phenomenal job as oh my goodness, why am I drawing a blank here? Pablo Escobar
Yes.
on the show. Then he ended up doing a couple other things. He was in Civil War, which came out
Yeah.
2024. But for him to win Best Actor on The Secret Agent, I still need to watch. This Secret Agent also won Best Non-English Film because it's based in Brazil, and his first language is actually Portuguese, if I'm not mistaken. So he
Okay.
actually had to learn Spanish for his role as Pablo Escobar on Narcos.
Oh,
So I'll definitely need to check that out. But I've just been a big fan of his since Narcos, and I just love seeing people on the come up. I feel like he's the next Pedro Pascal, in my opinion. So yeah, that's a few of my highlights for the Golden Globes.
yeah. I would say one of mine was
Mhm.
seeing Macaulay Culkin back at like an award ceremony in years. I loved his little joke that he exists outside of the Christmas holiday.
Yep.
Uh, I liked that a lot. So seeing him with his wife was really heartwarming. Um, and then I'm trying to think. There was one other standout. One actress. She gave a speech. I cannot remember her name. But she gave a speech that I thought was absolutely beautiful. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to remember her name. It started with a T. She was in the movie that Leo was in. I'm like blanking right now.
Yep, I got it here in my notes. Trying to find it right now.
Trying to remember.
Yes, so Tiana Taylor.
Yes, that's
Yes, one battle after another.
yes, her speech when she was talking about empowerment for young Black girls. I thought it was absolutely beautiful and validating them.
Yeah.
They deserve to be, and they are. And so I thought her speech was absolutely incredible. When I was catching up today, that was the first thing I watched, and I loved it. I
Yeah.
thought it was great.
Incredibly genuine. I actually have it here, quote unquote, like, oh my God. She said, I almost didn't write a speech since I didn't think I would be here. My babies are upstairs watching. They better be off their damn phones and watching me right now.
Yeah, when she said that, I was like, yes, yes,
And then I like when she was like, Paul, let him cook Thomas Anderson,
yes.
before closing with a message to my brown sisters and my little brown girls watching tonight. Our light doesn't need permission to shine. We belong in every room that we walk into. Our voices matter and our dreams deserve space. So fantastic. I have yet to watch One Battle After Another. I know it's
I
now
haven't
on
either.
HBO
I,
Max. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I'm actually gonna try to watch it, and I know it's a fairly long movie, but I have to watch it. I love Leo. I love Paul Thomas Anderson. Honestly, I'm actually been surprised that Guillermo del or not del Toro. Who am I thinking of?
no,
Oh
because I
my,
know here's the go. I'm
yeah. Oh my gosh, why am I drawing a blank on this? Now I got to look it up. See, we're human here too at Zero Dark Nerdy
yeah, I was about to
Podcast.
say my
We
it's
make
so long
mistakes.
ago. So my brain is like blanking on everyone's name. There's just so
Yeah,
many.
we do it all the time. Let's see here. Here we go. Cast. I'm like, you're Benicio del Toro. So I
There,
almost close. I had the del Toro right. But
yeah,
Benicio del Toro, I hear his performance is just absolutely mind blowing on this.
yeah.
So I cannot wait to watch it. I didn't see it in the theaters. My good buddy at work, Joe Bright, went and saw it in theaters, and he was like, "Man, it's absolutely mind blowing." Which I don't expect anything less. It's just tough
Yeah.
to go to the theaters as often as we like. So, while I got you on here, Grayson, any predictions in terms of like Oscar wins, since that's the next one
Yeah,
coming up?
I know. I'm hoping that Sinners doesn't get snubbed and they get at least some Oscar wins. I think Hamnet is going to end up winning an Oscar or two, I think.
Sure.
I'm trying to think. Have they released all the nominees for the Oscars yet?
I think they're getting ready to.
Okay, I was about to say
So
typically
it's
they come
not
out right after the
fully come out yet. Yeah, normally it's right after Golden Globes.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. So many great films came out last year. I'm trying to think of the ones that they'll actually include in like the nominees.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh. I know there was the Bruce Springsteen one that they did that Jeremy
Yep,
Allen White was in. I saw that.
yep,
That was pretty good. I wonder if that will be in there just because they had it up for a Golden Globe last
right.
night.
Yeah. And I feel like biopics definitely get a little bit more of a nudge for Oscar season.
Yeah, they do. And then I'm trying to think of what other movies. I can't really think of any other ones.
Yeah,
Mm,
the only ones, just like you, I hope Sinners gets a little bit more love, especially Ryan Coogler.
yeah,
Um,
he's great.
exactly. It's just one of those things. Like, yes, it's tough to go against Paul Thomas Anderson. It's just like when any actor is going up against Daniel Day Lewis.
Yeah,
You 9 times out of 10, you're gonna lose. The guy does like one movie every 5 or 6 years and ends up 9 times out of 10 getting an Oscar nomination for it. He can do
yeah,
that, and that's what he does.
yeah. That's
Daniel Day Lewis is not doing straight to streaming stuff.
he's
So
selective with what he does, and
yeah.
he's definitely made it to where he can be.
Yeah, exactly. So I do want Sinners to see some more love. And like I said, I think that it was a victim to just the timing of when it came out.
I think so too.
And it's also tough too because when you come out later in the year, then you're going up against a lot of heavyweights. When you're coming out early in the year, not only are you doing good box office numbers, but you're also securing your next jobs on top of that.
That is true.
So yeah, there's a lot of factors to it. Besides that, I've really, really enjoyed Zootopia 2. I'm glad that K-pop Demon Hunters won Best Animated. But if it doesn't win it at the Oscars, I hope that it's Zootopia 2. I think it's because I think also too with I almost think it's almost reverse with animated films.
Yeah.
I feel like the earlier they come out, and not so much Academy wise, but I feel like just because you get that steam, and especially if you come out like during the summertime when kids are out of school, like
Yeah.
Zootopia came out at a very interesting time. Like it was right around Thanksgiving
Yeah.
and was one of the few animated films that came out during that time, and it crushed it,
It did.
box office wise, but only for about a week or two. Then, of course, then you have Avatar and everything
Oh
else.
my gosh, yeah. When Avatar came out, I was like, I don't know how Zootopia is gonna do because
Right,
you're gonna want to go as a family to go see Avatar because whenever Avatar movies come out, they're always like a big event because they only come out every
right,
the distance between the first and the second one was what, like 20 years? Close
maybe,
to it. Close
yeah,
to it. This one I believe it was only like 3 years between
yeah,
them, but they're still a big event. I think Avatar will definitely have a nominee. I think Zootopia will.
yeah,
Zootopia 2 did very well.
yeah.
And I've heard great things. I want to see it so bad. I don't know if it's on streaming yet, but the minute it is, I want to see it because I loved the first one. I adore it.
It's good, and I tell you, I went in. I try to go in, especially with sequels, medium expectations, but this one was just as good, if not better than the first one, and
That's
that
great.
speaks volumes. Yeah, and I mean, especially the new supporting cast. It was just very well done, and we should have done a podcast episode on it, and unfortunately we didn't. Holidays, things happen,
Yeah.
but it'll be great. And with the Golden Globes, I'm glad they had like a best podcast category. Good hang with Amy Poehler. I love Amy Poehler. So
Yes.
congrats to her. Hopefully, Zero Dark Nerdy will be nominated here in, like we talked about, in
Yes.
2027. You never know. Hopefully, we get to play this clip and doing our interviews on top of that. But it's always fun with the Golden Globes. Like, that's the one show I try to, even if I don't watch it that night, because it does come on during football season, which makes it tough.
That is
Um, it's on a Sunday, and it's normally wild card or playoff weekend. So it's very tough to catch, especially if your team's in it, which my team was up until they lost yesterday.
oh,
But I
oh
will always catch the highlights though,
yeah.
because it is very, they're all at a table and hanging out. Like it just looks like a fun party that you also get awards at. Where the Oscars has always been known as stuffy and
Very
much more formal.
yeah.
That one is the one that, like, if I had to choose between the two, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna say I would never show up to get an Academy Award, but
Yeah.
if they were like, hey, listen, you can only come to one or two events, it would be the Golden Globes.
I feel like it's a little more casual compared to the Oscars. I feel like the
Yes.
Oscars, it's like the most official award
Yeah.
show there is, like the most, I don't know how to even describe it. Very into my head, I think of business, and then Golden Globes is like business casual. That's
That's a
like the
great
way
way to
I like
put
to
it.
differentiate it, like in my head.
Yeah. Yeah. That is the best way to put it.
Yeah.
Business casual, and you can bring in your references with you. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Yes.
Whereas the Oscars, it's like you better, suit and tie
Suit and
and
tie, very
very
corporate.
serious.
Yeah, very formal. Yeah. Yeah.
Love it. Love it. Well, thank you all for joining us for our first live stream of 2026. Definitely a lot more to come.
Yeah.
Grayson, thank you for joining us last second.
Yeah.
We were going to try to maybe do this and then air it next week, but I was like, you know what? Let's just do it live and
Might
have
as
it out
well.
there. So, be sure to follow us on Fox 8 WGHP on YouTube. Of course, right here on our YouTube channel at Zero Dark Nerdy. Like, subscribe, follow, and don't forget to check out our website, popculturepodcast.com, and Zero Dark Nerdy on all social media outlets. On behalf of Grayson, Jordan, myself, and the rest of the Zero Dark Nerdy team, we will see you next time. Grayson, hang out with me for a second. The rest of you guys, I will see you soon. All right, let's see here.